Jack Stone opened and quietly shut the door behind him as he slipped into the conference room. A few analysts and field agents were already seated around the long rectangular table. One empty chair remained. A few of the new guys looked up as he entered, but the NSA's security was tighter than Langley's. Since he was the only one missing from this meeting, the senior members pored over the briefs in front of them without even giving him a cursory glance. Wesley Burkhart, his boss, handler, and recruiter all rolled into one, stuck his head in the room just as Jack started to sit.
"Jack, my office, now."
He inwardly cringed because he knew that tone well. At least his bags were still packed. Once he was out in the hall, heading toward Wesley's office, his boss briefly clapped him on the back.
"Sorry to drag you out of there, but I've got something bigger for you. Have you had a chance to relax since you've been back?"
Jack shrugged, knowing his boss didn't expect an answer. After working 2 years undercover to bring down a human trafficking ring that had also been linked to a terrorist group in Southern California, he was still decompressing. He'd been back only a week, and the majority of his time had been spent debriefing. It would take longer than a few days to wash the grime and memories off him, if he ever did.
"You've got another mission for me already?"
Wesley nodded as he opened the door to his office.
"I hate sending you back into the field so soon, but once you read the report, you'll understand why I don't want anyone else."
As the door closed behind them, Jack took a seat in front of his boss's oversized solid oak desk.
"Lay it on me." "2 of our senior analysts have been hearing a lot of chatter lately, linking the Vargas cartel and Abu al-Rahman's terrorist faction. At this point, the only solid connection we have is South Beach Medical Supply." "SBMS is involved?"
The medical company delivered supplies and much-needed drugs to third-world countries across the globe. Ronald Weller, the owner, was such a straight arrow it didn't seem possible.
"Looks that way."
His boss handed him an inch-thick manila folder. Jack picked up the packet and looked over the first document. As he skimmed the report, his chest tightened painfully as long, buried memories clawed at him with razor-sharp talons. After reading the key sections, he looked up.
"Is there a chance Sophie is involved?"
Her name rolled off his tongue so naturally, as if he'd spoken to her yesterday, and not 13 years ago, as if saying it was no big deal, as if he didn't dream about her all the damn time. Wesley shook his head.
"We don't know. Personally, I don't think so, but it looks like her boss is." "Ronald Weller? Where are you getting this information?"
Jack had been on the West Coast for the last 2 years, dealing with his own bullshit. A lot could have changed in that time, but SBMS involved with terrorists? He didn't buy it.
"Multiple sources have confirmed his involvement, including Paul Keene, the owner of Keene Flight. We've got Mr. Keene on charges of treason, among other things. He rolled over on SBMS without too much persuasion, but we still need actual proof that SBMS is involved, not just a traitor's word." "How is Keene Flight involved?" "Instead of just flying medical supplies, they've been picking up extra cargo."
Jack's mind immediately went to the human trafficking he'd recently dealt with, and he gritted his teeth.
"Cargo? Drugs, guns, possibly biological weapons."
The first 2 were typical cargo of most smugglers, but biological shit put Keene right on the NSA's hit list.
"What do you want from me?"
His boss rubbed a hand over his face.
"I've already built a cover for you. You're a silent partner with Keene Flight. Now that Paul Keene is incapacitated, you'll be taking over the reins for a while, giving you full access to all his dealings." "Incapacitated, huh?"
The corners of Wesley's mouth pulled up slightly.
"He was in a car accident. Bad one." "Right."
Jack flipped through the pages of information.
"Where's Keene really at right now?" "In federal..."